Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
Welcome back to another episode of Wrath and Story. I'm the Imperial Scribe of this vessel, the Flexible Demeanor, and it is my pleasure to document the many adventures of J. Jones, Andrew Tickinger, and their Servo Skull companion, Daniel Fernandez. When you last left them, our boys had finally arrived at Vaporeus, a planet known for vast deserts and no formal trade with the Imperium. It is here that the last piece of their map resides, but their goal is not so simple this time. After their adventure through the Processional of the Damned, the Flexible Demeanor has taken massive losses in both crew and finances. Can Jay and Andrew find a way to recoup this financial catastrophe? Or will more than the ledger run dripping in red? Let's find out.
All right, Daniel, turned you back on. It looks like we've landed outside the city.
Yeah, it's a pretty big city. Big old stone walls around there. As we're flying in, it's pretty good looking. A lot of glass. Like, I'm sort of surprised by all the glass. I guess that makes sense, though.
They have sand.
They have sand, right? Like, I guess that they would be able...
Lots of silica.
Yeah, it's kind of like being on, like, an entire forest planet and, you know, strangely having, like, concrete houses. Like, you're going to build it in trees.
What?
You know, because there's trees everywhere. So you're going to build wooden houses.
Oh, okay.
I was saying it'd be weird if they had it made out of concrete.
Oh, okay, I followed. I thought that you meant... Okay, never mind.
Look, we know that my metaphor was perfect and not confusing at all. So, come on, everybody.
Everybody, should we all be coming with you?
All the houses are made of glass. There's a joke here. There's something about stones.
Sinking ships,
throwing
I think.
stones, and I can't figure it out. I'll get there eventually.
No. Guybrush, Manbrush, and Barnaby, you guys stay here and wait for our signal.
I do want to bring up that I'm not crazy about the name Manbrush.
Manbrush forever.
Manbrush, it really suits you, and it suits that.
My middle name
Beard.
is Dominic? Could you call me Dominic? No? Okay.
Dominant brush.
Dominant brush. Ooh, I like it.
And Guybrush stuff says, hold on.
Yeah, dominant brush. I think that really
Resonates.
Nails exactly who he is.
And Guybrush, then you have someone that more dominant to look up to. Dominant
exactly.
Brush.
I mean, really, it's your future, which is kind of inspiring.
I don't want that to be my future. He was tortured. I've seen things.
Yeah, so is your beard, man. I mean, it looks great.
What about me? The Guybrushes will stay here, but do you need me, Captain?
Who's that?
That's Barnaby.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we brought you on this trip, Barnaby.
Jay, why don't you tell him what he should do?
Oh, right. Okay. There's 4 quadrants, and this is direct feedback, and this is encouraging feedback, and Barnaby, you are a valued member of this team.
Thank you.
Of people, and I need you.
And he looks over at me, and I give him a thumbs up.
To really optimize. Look at my hands, Barnaby. Optimize how your efficiencies will up-level the effectiveness and ongoing stratagems of this team. Do you get what I'm saying, Barnaby?
I'm not 100%. You
Sit
should make
inside the shuttle, Barnaby, and think about the optimizations, closing the door.
Jay, I need you to make a leadership test. Difficulty neutral. We'll see how well you do based on how many successes you get.
I like how I grabbed way too many dice. I don't have that good of a leadership, if you haven't noticed, because it's phenomenal. Look, guys, my leadership is a whopping 3. Here we go.
Hey, mine's also a 3.
Oh, nice. 1 success.
Out of how many?
Out of out of 3 dice.
Okay. Sure. Okay, boss. I'll stay in the ship and optimize my results.
Yep, you got it, buddy. And I hit the button on the side and close the back hatch of the fluffy demeanor, because that's where the troops drop out of the back. Now, wait, should we... Oh, I forget how this works. Do we need to roll down a window for Barnaby or something like that? I don't want... I'm a little worried about him in there.
No, I mean, it's got built-in life support and stuff.
We're good then. All right, perfect.
It's the literal spaceship.
All right, now that that's done, let's get Dominant Brush and Guy Brush and head into the city.
They're not here. We told them to
We left them on the ship?
Yes.
Okay.
You told them to stay on the ship, I believe.
All right.
Yeah, we're just convinced. Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay. So it must have been an optimized, efficient decision for the group. So, if I'm recapping, we have brought Barnaby, Dominant Brush, and Guy Brush, and we have left them on the fluffy demeanor.
I guess we could call them if we need them, though.
That's a good point.
That was the point.
Right. Of course it was. All right. Onward to financial gain. Let's do this.
All right. As we head towards the city, there are several people that are coming out to meet you. They are dressed in sort of flowing desert robes, but they always have like things up on their head, especially as they're leaving, to keep the sand from blowing in their eyes. That is the thing that you are noticing, by the way. There's a lot of sand here. Just like looking out, sand is all you see.
Yeah, I really don't like this place.
How you feeling, buddy? You got extra... Is that tape? Did you tape over some of the brakes in your gears?
I literally sneeze and just sand comes out from everywhere.
Oh my god, that's amazing. You're fine, right, though? Right, you're good?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, man, I love this planet.
And there are 6 people that are moving towards you. They do not have weapons drawn, but you do see that they do have bows and arrows with them, as well as spears and swords.
Whew, that was lucky. Can you imagine if they had real weapons? This will be good. This will be easy. All right. So I wave at them.
And one of them steps forward and says, "Greetings."
Greetings.
Greetings.
They do seem to speak Gothic. So.
And salutations.
Yes. I'm Jay. This is Andrew. We've
Hello.
come to visit your wonderful and beautiful, beautiful planet.
And perhaps establish trade.
Yes. My name is Paul. I'm here to greet any outsiders. You came not from one of the other cities, then?
Yes, we came from up there.
Yeah, we came up from space, and we're here to, check out the city, get to know everybody. If we want to, invest in this planet, we really want to get to know the people here that make it so special.
Oh, you come from the sky, of course, from space.
Yeah, but we're here to really dig in and
We're
understand
great
the local stuff.
Yeah.
Well, there is much you can learn. I can bring you into the city. I can't help you trade anything, though, but all are welcome in our city as long as they do not bring harm.
Uh-huh.
No, we wouldn't do that. And I'm sliding my shuriken pistol under my cloak as best I can. No. We're here to just kind of get to know everybody.
Well, then you are welcomed into the city.
Great.
And they sort of put their weapons down. Not that they had them drawn, but there were a couple on the dunes that were overlooking you that were maybe getting ready to try something. I suppose we can make our way towards the palace. The priest king would be the one that would speak to. Well, there's no reason for me to speak to you. I mean, I could speak to you right now.
Yeah, you're doing a great
Obviously.
job.
Oh, thank you. But I am but a worm compared
I'm sorry,
to
what?
You seem a bit nervous there, Paul.
No, I'm not. Well, we don't get outsiders that much, and there have been those who have come. Some of them have been difficult, but come along.
Paul, while we're walking here towards the city, could you fill me in a little bit? What have some of these outsiders done in the past that, let's say, things didn't go as well as they could have?
We are not to talk of that. And all of the other soldiers with them nod, and they all say in unison, "We are not to talk of that."
Good. Okay. Can I try to persuade them to discuss it in this long walk into the city? And I
Yes.
mean persuade them through, like, overwhelming amounts of asking the same thing over and over again.
That'd be a difficulty 5.
Okay, here we go.
While he's doing that, I would like to do an awareness check just to see if there's like any hidden weapons or people stationed that are eyeballing us and
Okay.
stuff.
That'd be difficulty 3.
I could even push 2 6s if I wanted to.
There are other guards that have an eye on you. There are other groups that are like sort of patrolling outside the walls when you arrive. They seem to be sort of hiding in the dudes. You also see a couple of things moving in the sand. There might be other life on this planet.
What about hidden technology or anything in the city? Or
This-
like
this-
signs of it, I should say.
I mean, it looks like it's a city that doesn't have any sort of... It looks like a feudal world. Again, incredibly... I said that there was glass, but as we're approaching the city, like, there's beautiful stained glass that's, like, glowing, like, shining all over the place. There seems to be, that's the only thing that we could really see from this distance. I mean, there are big stone walls as well, but...
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, persuasion check.
Yeah.
Instead of 5, that is hard. I got a 6. Paul, my man. Paul, buddy, Paul.
He's
you gotta help me
rubbing
out
his
here.
head as you're saying this and just bothering him endlessly. And he just says, there were those who would challenge the priest king's authority, and we follow the priest king. He gives us all that we need. He gives us all that we need.
Okay, all right. Well, that's good to know. Thank you, Paul. That was very nice of you to tell me that. That would have been very bad if we approached this differently.
He would not have stopped asking.
Did you get a bonus? Did you get any push 6s on your awareness?
I had 2 push 6s.
You had 2 push 6s.
Yes.
Okay. The thing that you were noticing, just these guys, and you notice it as well because you're chatting with them, they're extremely chill. Like, they're very relaxed. Like, this is a situation that is weird. You know what I mean? Like, they're people from the sky and they're bringing them to their lord. They seem to be a lot more relaxed about this than they probably should be.
I was gonna say they seem totally down to just be like, oh, cool, we'll come
Sky
back to our
people.
city.
Come speak to our king. All right. I mean, he just said, I'm Jay and I'm Andrew.
Yeah, there's
I mean,
usually a lot more bullshitting involved to get this far.
Also, as you're walking, you're sort of looking, humans exist on this planet for a very long time. They're very angular. Their ears are almost pointed. They're not like Aeldari pointed, but
Not
they're
like these beauties.
yeah, but they definitely have like more severe features, and almost all of them have blue eyes.
Dune. Desert planet.
Sorry,
that's
what?
interesting. Sorry, I was breaking the machine there. I mean, I don't know what happened there.
Some data slate get clogged up in there?
Yeah, it was definitely one of those movies I used to watch.
Interesting. Well, I guess, how are you feeling about all this? This seems easy?
This is super weird. Like, we usually have to, like, really, like, like,
They
elbow
didn't
our way
even
in there.
inspect any of our stuff. Like, I've got a ton of shit on me.
Like, we definitely have high-powered weaponry.
Yeah, I got a rifle. It's not well hidden.
I'm literally in power armor.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, I guess we could ride this out. I mean, look, you know what? This is a feudal world, clearly.
Horse? Gift horse?
Yeah, gift horse, right? I mean, like, they could just be a really chill, cool people, you know? Everything could be fine. I mean, they did do some stuff to previous rogue traders that were here, so
They
I mean...
also spoke in unison.
Yeah, that was a little odd for sure.
As you guys are just chatting in our little huddle in the back, we reach the gates to the city. They're just very large stone gates, about 2 stories tall. It's not a gigantic entrance. I mean, that is kind of a large entrance, but mostly it is, there's just the big wall. And as we enter into the city, it is hustling and bustling and a pretty standard feudal level city. People seem to be having a pretty good life here. You see people moving around, you see traders, you see a marketplace as you're walking by, you see glass blowers, you see people that are smithing copper. There are some people coming in, like, delivering mining shipments. It seems like I'm not here to tell you everything that you see, but it's just like, it's pretty chill. There are people that their whole job seems to be sweeping sand away from places.
Wow, that is a very good job. I mean, you're always going to have job security, is
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
I mean, this is weird for me, Jay, because it's like a successful place.
Yeah, it seems like really pleasant is what I'm feeling like.
That is what you're getting. This place is pleasant.
Like vacation material?
Like, you're not really seeing any, like, that's the other thing that's a little weird. We've been to a lot of Imperial planets. We've been to places like Sephirus Secundus. There doesn't seem to be anybody who's in abject, terrible poverty.
That's what I'm just so worried about.
That's the thing that's sort of weird that I'm seeing here.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like, it's successful.
Is it weird that this pleasantness is like giving me some anxiety? This is like, like you look to your typical corner to find your typical like sad, just person just augmented with so many mechanics that they just hate everything. But
I mean,
there's just like a nice kid playing over there.
I'm assuming that like any place we visit, like there's just gangers always in wait.
Yeah, right? And then I mean, everybody seems to be having a good time. I mean, those glass bowls look amazing.
You do, you could make some checks to be looking around as this is going on, but I'm just giving you the general
I'll make an
feeling here.
awareness check.
I already made a pretty good one. You can make this one.
What's the difficulty, Daniel?
3 for this
All
one.
right. Very, 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 very successful. I can push 4 6s.
4 6s?
4 6s. Oh, I just saw into that kid's soul. Oh, it's filled with demons.
So, one of the things that you notice is it's a little... Once again, the people here do not seem to be weirded out by you not having, like, desert robes and stuff. Like, they seem to be totally chill with you being outsiders. However, they're not running up to you either. They just sort of... Some of them are, like, giving you some pleasant nods as you're going along, but they just seem to be going about their work. Maybe that's the thing that you notice a lot. It's pretty quiet. Like, it's loud, you see your hustle and bustle, and you hear people, like, giving orders and whatnot, but you don't... And this is maybe the thing that was weirding you out. Like, at first it was like, oh, I'm not seeing any, like, poor people, or I'm not seeing any criminals or whatever, but...
There's no banter.
There's not a ton of banter going on.
Huh.
Yeah.
We live
and
on
you
banter.
wouldn't really
We
even
do
notice...
live on
You wouldn't
banter.
really notice that, because it's just... The population is a little low, so you figure that was just it. But with all of those 6s you get, you notice that these people are quiet. But they all look very happy. They just look very chill, having a good time, doing the work that they need to do. Even the sweepers seem to be having a good time. They all got a place in what's going on.
Oh my goodness. It's everybody here's could they possibly be like very content? Like actually content?
That is heresy.
Is that heresy?
I think it is. I mean, with the whole crusade and always pushing out and expanding humanity and never being satisfied.
Manifest destiny, Daniel.
Yeah,
There's
but-
always some place to conquer.
Like, can you imagine being fully and totally content and happy? I mean, God, what a nightmare.
Like the universe is at peace and only contains humans. That's like what the Imperial Doctrine teaches us.
Well, no, I mean, not only humans.
Well, here's the weird thing, though. It doesn't quite look like a perfect imperial, like, whatever, because you don't really see any signs of emperor worship here.
Like, no iconography.
There's
or
no eagle iconography. There's no space marines. There's no nothing. It's very...
I finally discovered why I'm uncomfortable.
Why?
There's not a single skull. Where are the skulls?
Yeah, you're right. And
That's what it is. I'm the only skull.
no bolt gun metal either. It's
You know
true.
what? Maybe the weirdest thing, I mentioned that it's weird that they're not reacting to you. They're not reacting to me.
Yeah, that's right. You're literally a floating skull. I mean, we love you, Daniel, and you look great, but usually some of these planets have a lot of questions.
Okay, Daniel, there's a lot on your plate right now. Like, you are the literal representation of the Imperium right now.
Me?
You're a skull with bolt gun metal.
I suppose. Okay.
At least looking at you, Daniel, I do feel more comfortable the longer I stare at you. I'm starting to relax a little bit. I want to try something. Tell me if this is a bad idea. I want to go up. I have a hunch. And, like, lightly push somebody. How do you feel about that?
Like an accidental, like, I'm sorry I ran into you type of thing?
Yeah, like, people get hot-headed and they bump into people in these markets and,
I got an idea. We'll walk over
Uh-huh.
to that person that's sweeping over there,
Yeah.
and I'll just nudge you, and then you fall
just go
in
right
there.
into him, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, ready? In. Whoop. So sorry about that.
Hey.
Are you all right?
Yeah, but be careful.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I don't want you to trip.
Yeah. No, I won't. I mean, I'm sorry I bumped into you. Are you okay?
I think I'll be just fine. It's just, I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want to get hurt. Just bumping into each other. That's no good, man. Just take it easy.
You take it easy.
You got it. I got some sweeping to do. I got to clean up some stuff. And he goes back to cleaning up some stuff. He's also like ripping some things off, cleaning some things off the walls and stuff like that.
Hey, Andrew. We gotta talk. These people are very, 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 very pleasant. Like overly pleasant. It sent a shiver through my spine. I literally almost tackled that guy, and he was worried that I might have gotten hurt. What the hell?
Wait, hold on. No. You were clearly delusional.
No. He actually asked if I was okay.
Hold on. I take Jay and I sit him down on a curb. You're having an episode,
Look,
Jay.
I know, and I thought I was. I thought I was hallucinating.
Oh, do we not want to keep going? We can keep going.
We just need a moment. Just a moment.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And Paul just motions to the rest of his group to stop and just wait. They're looking at you smiling.
Jay,
Oh,
no.
hold on a second. Hold it.
You're hallucinating, Jay.
Watch this. Hey, Paul. I know we're almost there, but I'm really thirsty. Do you have anything like to drink or anything we could get?
The priest supplies the water. There's a ceremony. I believe that you will be drinking water when we get to the palace.
Okay. I mean, how much is that going to cost?
Cost? No, that is why they are the priests. They give us water.
Just give you water, right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm talking about? People are just giving things away here.
Okay, this is worse than I thought. I rarely have cause to say this, but I think we should leave and nuke the entire site from orbit.
Oh, man. No. Definitely can't do that.
They're
Remember?
clearly demons.
No, they're not demons.
No one is this nice. It is
Are
impossible
they
for...
socialists?
I don't know what this is. I mean, everywhere we've been, even like the tropical nice places.
Jay, free is heresy. You have to work for it.
I mean, clearly, but maybe,
Oh, no,
maybe they have.
we work for our water. We all have our part to play.
Okay, so maybe there is some kind of economic backbone here.
Are you saying this is for the greater good?
I've never heard that phrase.
Okay,
but
that was
I-
good. We were
That
just
was
covering
good
our
test.
bases there. All right, phew. That would have been a whole nother thing.
Well, are you okay, friend?
Yeah,
like
let's
I said,
continue.
just a little parched, but we can continue on. We should figure out what the hell is going on here. I mean, look, okay, let's take a moment here. Could there be a planet outside of the Imperium without the light of the Emperor that just does okay?
I'm just gonna cut you off right there, and I'm gonna erase this from the databanks, and we're
Okay,
gonna
you're
pretend
right.
that
What I
conversation
said
never
was
happened.
absolutely
Daniel,
insane.
you're gonna erase that immediately.
What I said was
I
really
mean, I
nuts.
don't know. I feel like telling people about this place seems like a good thing, right?
You are supposed to be the representative of the Imperium. How dare you?
I'm just a skull, man. I don't know. This place seems nice. I don't know why you guys are so paranoid.
Daniel, isn't that odd? I mean, there's no Aquillas, there's no skulls, there's no gunmetal, anything.
Make one more awareness check. Let's make this an investigation check.
Ooh, I got recently better at this with all
Investigation
of my classes.
4.
I am terrible. I'm gonna need to roll exceptionally well.
I've got an investigation of 5, so I could succeed.
Because now you're like trying to figure out like what is wrong with this place, if anything.
Okay, so I failed, and I
And?
rolled a 1 on my
Oh,
math.
jeez.
Okay, we'll get to you in a second.
I
right.
almost passed, though. I actually, if I had rolled better on the wrath die, I would have passed.
All right, my investigation. Here we go. That's only a 3. Should I use a wrath on this? I mean, what is the difficulty? It was 5?
It was difficulty 4.
I really only need 1 more. I mean, we've each got 2 wrath. Oh, man. Do I want to know what's going on here? I just need 1 more.
I mean, I think there's an argument for both sides. There's an argument for you want to know more because you're so freaked out by this place. There's argument that you don't want to know more because you're so freaked out by this place.
That's true. I mean, this place could just be really nice. I mean, why ruin that?
Why do you want to look beyond the veil, Jay?
No, I gotta know. I'm using a wrath. I got it. Got a 4. I got passed.
All right. So you notice some of the stuff that's being cleaned away are somebody had been maybe putting flyers up or even just like a little bit of graffiti that looks like Imperial symbols. And Aquila, a couple of things, but that's all being wiped away.
I'm going to go up and work to like try to help the sweeper.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, man, don't worry. Let me take some of this away for you. I'll dump it in the trash, and I scoop up. I'll try to do it, because obviously he probably doesn't want me doing this, but would it be cunning or would it be stealth to try to stealthily pull one of these?
You're not going to be able to do that because of Andrew's 1 on his wrath die because he's very... yes, because of the 1 on Andrew's wrath die. Andrew, you, when Jay points out that the symbols are there, he sort of lets loose and you immediately like, whoa! I don't know quite how you react, but you are very obvious in your reaction to
that we're seeing Imperial symbols?
Yes, that are being cleaned away.
Oh, there's Imperial symbols over there.
Yes. I was trying to say that in a low voice so that you wouldn't yell it.
And all of these sort of guards that are with you, led by Paul, sort of look at you and say, Imperial symbols? Do you recognize these heretical symbols?
Yes, it's the light of the Emperor.
Why? Why?
You sound like other outsiders.
Andrew, why? Why would you say that?
Because it was a moment to be brutally honest, and I felt it was appropriate.
You really felt it was appropriate? Now was the time?
This place is freaking me out, Jay. I mean,
you now see that many of the people that are with you, everyone is sort of glaring at you now.
In one motion, I turn and I full bore slap him in the face. I want to do a cunning here.
Okay.
Or, like deception, or it's probably more cunning. I'm trying to
make it just clear that you're not into this.
I'm going. You'll see
Okay.
if I do well. If I not, I'll say something.
Well, you need to tell me what it is so I can give you a difficulty.
Yeah, sure. So what I'm trying to do is, since he is a robot man,
Yeah.
I am going to, and I just said why would you say that? I am going to play into that he short-circuited for a second.
Okay.
And that clearly he is just a little wonky in his robot brain, and that a good old slap will get him right back to normal.
I have such the perfect thing to say to this if it succeeds.
Okay. That's just be difficulty 3.
Okie dokie. Is that cunning or deception?
Either one could work.
All right, I'll use deception. Because, I mean, it's lying.
Yeah.
I've got a pretty good for this. I've got 9 dice. I didn't roll a 1 on my wrath die. I know we were all curious. But I did pass. I got a 4. So I slap him, and before you can respond or potentially hit me with the shock maul, because that might be a reaction, I yell, okay, Andrew, did that reset your systems? I know you're saying some crazy stuff there in front of these nice people. And I'm just, like, winking at you as hard as possible.
The water is life.
Yes, it is. So they are calmed down a little bit, but they definitely are not. They are a little uneasy with you guys.
Sorry about that. He gets some of the good old robot brainy wires crossed and just says the darndest thing.
Yeah, he seems to be made from the old machines.
Yeah, I get a little afraid sometimes. You might say fear is the mind killer. Makes you do crazy stuff.
Interesting. Listen, sometimes you could, look at him and think, clearly he's made from terrible stuff, but we like to think that, things can be reborn and renewed and like
this planet was.
Like this planet was exactly. Really,
The
Paul?
old machines broke and failed.
Yeah.
And then
Big machines, I assume, right? Real big ones.
yeah, they thought they could tame the planet with their old machines.
They did. They came here, and Paul, did they come right over there? Were the machines kind of in that vicinity over there, like where I'm pointing?
This was ages ago, but the machines failed, and then when all hope seemed lost, the priest kings came to us, and they brought us the gift of water.
Of course, Paul. And I always like to reflect on those dark times by knowing exactly where those dark places are so I don't go there. Paul, can you kind of point out into the distance where those heretical locations are so I make sure not to go anywhere near those dark machines?
That's why I'm here. I'm here to collect the remnants of all the dark machines and make sure they're gone.
And burn them and melt them and get rid of them.
Gone
and
forever.
Never
Yes.
forever. Never let them come back.
I don't know where the machines are. I know the heretical places are the mountains. We don't.
Okay, the mountains. Okay.
We don't go to the sky mountains.
And neither would we. Never
Yes.
would we, Paul, unless, of course, we were trying to destroy heretical things.
The Sandmen hide there,
The Sandmen.
and worse.
Sandmen. Who are the Sandmen?
They exist outside the light and blessings of the priest kings.
Right, of course, which is bad, obviously. Sandmen. What are we talking about here? We talking about people that just really love swimming in that sand, or
They choose to live in the sands and not in the cities.
okay?
You know, I feel like this would be a grand opportunity to meet your priest king, because they sound very interesting. They came from an interesting place. And
Definitely.
help you out.
And while this conversation is going on and things are getting a little upsetting, you notice that somebody has run to the palace and brought someone back. There's somebody who's wearing like a diadem on top of their head and walks forward and says, "Ah, you must be the outsiders that I've heard about. I am Johann Hall. I am the chief counselor for the lord of this city."
Well, Johann, it's great to meet you. I'm Jay. This is Andrew.
Hello.
"Oh, a pleasure to meet you." And he stretches out his hand to shake your hand.
I shake.
And I shake his hand
That
as well.
seems to be a custom that has happened on this planet.
That's so very pleasant. Okay.
It's so good to have guests from beyond. Come. We'll have a feast to celebrate you.
That sounds amazing. All right, cool.
I am quite famished.
Yeah, me too.
Paul, you and the guards can return to the walls. There's been word of, well, just keep an eye on things. And he just, "Come along, gentlemen, and your floating companion." "Yeah, I'm Daniel. I'm a skull, but I have a name and I talk." "Fascinating, yes."
Any questions for our friend here, Daniel?
"He is severely odd, but things move in mysterious ways."
Of course, yeah. I'd like to roll insight on
Yeah.
Johann, just to see if, like, from the quick comment he made
Yeah.
to Paul and how he's looking at Daniel, like, is this guy holding some cards?
Yeah.
My insight is a 7. What is my difficulty?
5.
That seems like a high difficulty for a regular guy.
Well,
Yeah, I know. Here we go. Well, I assume, I guess. Actually, that's a 5.
he definitely doesn't want regular people talking to you. That's maybe his biggest thing that he was doing. He was trying to get all the regular people away from you because, well, maybe you're saying things that you shouldn't be saying.
We're influencers, yes.
Got it.
Yeah. He seems to be, well, he also seems to be very relaxed and having a good time, but he does seem to be a little bit more cognizant and maybe a little bit more worried
Have a
about
little
you
bit
guys.
more agency, potentially?
I mean, I guess, maybe. I mean, everybody seems to be doing what they need to do as part of the
That's
system.
true.
Yeah.
They're all fine, Jay. They're all fine.
What? Why are you saying that?
What?
What? Yeah, you know what, Johann? Let's go up there and have that feast and have a good old time. Gosh, so hungry.
Yeah. Come along. This is not the first skull that I've seen, just to be clear.
Oh, really? When was the last time you saw someone like Daniel?
There have been, you are not the first to come from the skies. We can discuss it when we get inside.
Sure, okay. Well,
All right.
lead us up there.
All right, excellent. You'll have to excuse me. The walk is a little bit difficult as the Priest King's palace is at the very top of this hill.
Oh, no worries. I'm just gonna do a couple stretches. Yeah, there we go. Ready to go.
Excellent.
I move my leg that's mechanical, and you just can hear the squeaks from all the sand. And it's
Just grinding of sand.
I'm sure it's fine.
Is this planet really grinding your gears, Andrew? You know, because it's like a phrase people use, and there's sand in all of your... Okay, I won't say it again. And we follow Johann up there.
All right. You go into the court of the Priest King. It is a building that's built out of, copper and glass and stone, and there's a little bit of other sort of processed metals here, maybe from like the old machines or something, but mostly sort of primitive built sort of thing. But extremely lovely, extremely well kept. Lots of mosaics, lots of stained glass, lots of water imagery everywhere. As is not really a surprise, just sort of water imagery, and like somebody standing above the water with their arms out and like water coming from their hands, stuff like that. You know, it's a logical sort of art from the sort of religious art for these priest kings.
Man, they're really big on this water stuff. When you were telling me about this planet, you said like most of the oceans here, like the water's like undrinkable, right?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
filled
it's
with salt.
It's like death salt.
Okay, so clearly these king priests. By the way, Daniel, you can get in this huddle. I'm trying to keep our voices down. It seems that these king priests must have figured out a way to filter it, and maybe that's how they assumed power. You think?
Well, you know, there's a really easy way to filter it.
Like a sock or something?
What? No. What? No.
I don't know how filtering works.
With terraforming technology.
Well, you don't think they have it? Clearly they destroyed all those machines, right? Or do you... Oh, you think they might be holding onto some of the technology for themselves?
Yes. Clearly we've ran into people in the past who get a little breadth of power, and then suddenly it goes crazy to their heads, and they start cults and stuff. And that could just be what's happening here. I'm just saying, you know.
Well, you could be right.
All right. You come into a sort of well-appointed chamber. The table is very low on the ground, and you actually see people. It's like 4 or 5 well-dressed, lovely people sort of laying down as they're eating.
Full-on laying?
Like on their sides?
On their sides, yeah, laying on their sides.
That is not good for your digestive system, like, at all, right? I mean, you're sideways on the ground?
Yeah, but it looks really comfortable.
They look comfy, and they do look like they're kind of beautiful people. Like, they all at least sort of meet the traditional imperial human standard of beauty, at least as it is. I mean, I'm not trying to be like gender normative or heteronormative, whatever, but just like the traditional.
Do they have like some of the features though resembling the people in town?
Yes, they all have very severe sort of features.
Look,
sort
we
of
can all say it.
chins and stuff.
These people are hot. All right, some hot people.
They,
all right, we
they
can all
are
say
some
it.
hot people. Yeah, men and women there.
Some smoking people in
Yes.
this room. So I think it's okay to say.
Men, women, NBs, who knows quite what's going on. They do still have sort of robes on a little bit, and it doesn't really matter. And you see that they're eating some sort of meat. They must have agriculture of some sort. There must be
something swimming around in the sand over there.
And they are drinking water as well. And you are gestured by the leader to sort of take a seat or a lay at one of these tables.
Oh, I think I'll take the full lay. Just gonna stretch out down here. Oh, sorry, I knocked that one thing over. Oh.
I do a lay, and it makes an unbelievable amount of creaking noises.
Andrew, are you okay? That took like a while for you to sit down.
There's a lot of sand in my joints.
Wow.
It's very dry here.
Definitely is, but these pillows are pretty comfy. Do you feel that on your, is that still you down there? The butt area?
Yeah.
Or okay.
I mean, what do you think is not me?
I was going to be surprised. Look, for as big as we are as enthusiasts for pillows, to remove that part seems like, what's the point?
I mean, it's just, it's only my subdermal skin, all of my internal organs, one of my arms, one of my legs,
Both of you are brought, while this lovely discussion is going on, you're both brought goblets full of water.
I immediately test the water.
How are you doing that?
Yeah, how are you going to do that, buddy?
I have scanning technology. I literally got this as an augment.
Okay, you're sort of looking at the water.
I want to do a chemical scan of the water.
As he's chemical scanning, I pick up my goblet, about to drink it.
Okay.
I don't know what I needed to succeed, but I got
Difficulty 5.
I got a 6.
This water appears to have the chemical makeup of H2O. There's a little bit of impurities and whatnot in it, but it seems to be generally just water.
Interesting.
Oh, man, that's some good stuff right there.
All right. Do you drink any water, Andrew? Everyone is looking at you to drink the water.
Andrew, you gonna have some of this water?
I drink the water, but when I do, I partition it into a specific part of my, mechanical stomach.
Okay.
Essentially sequester it in my stomach.
So you don't actually absorb it.
I don't want to imbibe it, no.
Oh, that is
All right.
really refreshing.
Well, so Jay, the moment that the water enters into your lips,
I feel so refreshed. My skin just feels amazing. Thank you, Daniel. We don't often describe these parts of the stories, but
you feel overwhelmed with like a sense of like purity and clarity. But like this water is blessed almost. You feel revitalized, energized. It's been a rough few months. It's been a rough few years. And this is the most relaxed you felt in an extremely long time. This water is making you just feel chill.
oh man, this is some good H2O. Johan, my man, this stuff is great. Andrew, do you have some of this water? This is some pretty good water, dude. And you know what? I think we're doing pretty well for ourselves. I think you put the Susan stuff to the side. I think we're not getting enough credit. You know what? You're not getting enough credit, man. I'm tough on you sometimes, and that's just not necessary. That's not cool. You do a really good job with machine stuff. And I'm just, hold on, I'm going to have another one of these.
So my eyes are super wide and know immediately that something is very wrong. I've, under my robes while laying down, activated my arc pistol. And
Well, no, so it doesn't seem like he's brainwashed or something. It seems like he is, maybe imbued with some sort of narcotic.
I'm just saying, I think we could take a little bit of a longer time here, really enjoy. This is a pleasant place. We should be able to enjoy a pleasant place from time to time.
I need both of you to make Scholar or Awareness. Scholar is going to be difficulty 3. Awareness is going to be difficulty 5.
And do I have any negative modifiers?
You have -1.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it'll be, I'm going to do, since my Scholar is a 4, I'm going to go for Awareness, which means it'll be difficulty 6.
Okay.
And I am going to do a scholar check.
Okay.
God, I'm glad I got those artificial parts. Yeah, I can push 2 6s.
Okay.
And now I'm going to roll for Awareness. Ooh, that was actually really good, and I got a 6 on my Wrath die.
Okay. So, Jay, with that 6, you are sort of having a little bit more clarity after having drank this. It's passed a little bit. Partially, that could be part of your Aeldari physiology. Maybe the water doesn't quite match up with it as much as it would with a human.
Yeah, you know what? I've just been too hard on Barnaby. Wait a second. No, that doesn't sound right.
You both are realizing that this water, it contains some sort of powerful narcotic sort of sense that's creating a sense of peace. Maybe it's not necessarily bad for you. It might be addictive, who knows? But here's the thing that you realize. Do you know what is an incredibly lucrative thing that you could sell to the entirety of the Imperium?
A mind-calming water narcotic?
Some water that just makes you feel good?
So Andrew and I both look at the water at the same time going, oh. Andrew.
All right, I already did it.
You did?
I already did it.
You did?
It's already away.
You got the sample?
It's already stored.
Okay. We have got to figure out how they're getting this water.
Hold on. And I literally just take your glass and my glass and drink both of them, the rest of it, and it's just all partitioned.
Oh, yeah, he's just real thirsty.
I am so parched.
So parched. He
It's
was saying it the whole time.
dusty here.
You got any more water that we might borrow?
There is always water.
Always water. Man, you guys must have like
And you notice the voice that is saying that is a man who's coming down a set of steps in a huge, almost a robe that he's sort of lifted up, almost looks like sort of like wings almost as he's descending. He has a crown. This guy probably the priest king.
I would probably say so. Yeah, I think so, Daniel.
He looks kind of priest-like.
Greetings, travelers.
Priest king. It is.
From the stars.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, I wasn't done speaking, but I understand this is very overwhelming. I am Wouter, king of this city, and I greet you.
You know, that sounds a lot like
Yeah,
water.
it sounds a lot like. Wouter, it's great to meet you. I'm Jay. This is Andrew.
I understand.
Oh, and this is our Servo Skull companion, Daniel. Daniel, say hi.
Hi. Oh, it's so good to have visitors. Are you traders then?
Yes, we are traders.
Most that come from the stars that are polite like you are traders. Do you come here to trade with us then?
We do. We've come here to first. I mean, you know, we don't want to presume anything. We want to get to know the culture here and really dig in. And I think we have. I think you guys have a pretty impressive city, and the people here are wonderful.
We want to understand how the trade of goods happens, because it seems like you don't use money.
There is a limited currency that we use as we trade between different cities that exist on the planet here. But mostly the trade is used in water.
Well, that makes sense. You have wonderful water.
Yes.
But I guess for a priest king like yourself, Mr. Wouter.
Have you both drank the water? And he's looking at you a little bit, Andrew.
Of course, I drank lots of it.
Well, yeah, and I have as well.
I need you to make a deception difficulty 5.
Oh, God. Well, I automatically fail because I have a deception of 1. So this comes down to the wrath die.
To do what? It's not going to pass.
To make a narrative declaration.
That you just shut down automatically? You just go into hibernation?
That I can say my body processes water very quickly. I need more.
I don't think that's a narrative declaration, buddy.
That is a 6. So,
okay, well, he still isn't going to believe you.
Okay, well, I'll just say this. Yes, I imbibed your water, but as you know, I am mostly machine, and therefore I can't fully appreciate its value, but I've told by my compatriot that the water is exceptional, and we would love to open trade and get as much as we could.
His eyes narrow, but then when you offer to trade, he's like, oh, okay. Yes, we'd be more than willing to share the water if a reasonable agreement could be reached.
Of course. And Priest King, Wouter, what kind of things would you be interested in? I know you have such a wonderful city already, but I assume there's more you want to do, and we would love to help you do those things.
What can you offer me?
Well,
we have lots of stuff, in fact.
Yeah, got tons of stuff.
Technology. And weaponry.
Guy named Barnaby.
And connections to other peoples, and... what
We've got a lot
Barnaby?
of pillows. Well, we don't really want to dig into that one. That's kind of like last resort.
That's emergency reserve.
Okay. Oil. What about oil? We've got quite a bit on the ship. Cooking oil. We've got machine oil.
Supplies.
Wouter, I'm going to put this out here. I probably assume that you don't need something like this, but your people, everybody seems to be working off the land and cleaning and everything like that, but you wouldn't need anything to maintain any type of mechanical equipment, would you? Because, oil and appropriate refreshed gears and things like that. I mean, because mechanical equipment, after a while, especially being in a desert, can really break down without that, the liquidity. You know what I'm talking
Well,
about.
I mean, with all the sand, which is why you would also need
Yeah.
air purifiers that would also, keep those mechanics clean.
Yeah. And so, we've got things like that could help maintain mechanics, but I don't know if you would need something like that.
He's sort of smiling as you're saying all of this and just gives a little shake of his head. What need have I with your treasures from the stars? Your tools, your whatever? Look around. I have all I could ever need here in this place. However, I have needs of a more immediate nature.
Oh, okay.
And he gestures to one of his servants, and they sort of walk away. And then coming out, they come around a door, and they have, being led in handcuffs, looking very beat up, is a priest of the Imperium, a member of the Ministorum. His robe, once white, is dusty from the sand, and also has some blood on it as well.
Okay.
He's thrown on the floor in front of the priest king.
Yeah. So medical attention is...
Travelers, my price is this. Recently, there are those who have come from the stars who claim that there is a god greater than I. A sky father, an emperor, of whom I am beneath. They have a mission outside of my city. They come into my city preaching their heresy. I ask that you exterminate these priests, and then we can trade.
Oh.
You will have all of the liquid that you desire.
We will need some time to consider the options.
I really got to go to the bathroom. I've been drinking all of this water, and it's going straight through me. Yeah, this sounds like a great opportunity for us. I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick, and Andrew will meet me
sort of
outside
looks
of the
up at
restroom.
the priest on the ground. Looks up at you. He hoarsely sort of looks at you and says, "Help me, please."
We need some time to consider the options. My friend's going to use the bathroom and...
Options of how we'll get all of this done, because, I mean, this sounds like something we could easily do.
There's only the two of us right now, so
Yeah,
I mean, we
so
need
we've
to summon
gotta-
other resources.
Yeah,
in
we're
order
gonna
to-
need more. So,
Then I believe this meeting is over. Please use the facilities as you need, and return to me once the task is done.
sounds great.
Well,
This sucks.
it took a turn. Well, Daniel, I think while we deliberate, we'll shut you down and figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to this grimdark tale. It seems our boys may have stumbled onto the financial opportunity they were searching for. All they need to do is butcher several innocent servants of the Imperium. No big deal, right? Will they trade these innocent lives for their prosperity? Tune in next time to find out. Special thanks to Daniel Fernandez for inserting his soul into a servo skull and helping these two as Game Master. And if you've enjoyed this episode, why not leave us a rating and review on iTunes? It would be most appreciated. Our theme song was composed by Kyle Fryer. You can check out his music on SoundCloud. Music in this episode was produced by Kevin MacLeod of Incomptech.com. You can find the track listing and credits in the show notes. Are you interested in more episodes of Wrath and Story? And I don't mean what we have here on our regular feed. I'm talking about secret episodes. I'm talking about bonus adventures. Well, for more content and these bonus episodes, check out our Patreon. Every pledge helps to support the show and unlock new and exciting opportunities. Oh, and as a reminder, by joining our Patreon, you'll also get the added benefit of sometimes being featured in episodes as an actual in-universe character. Isn't that neat? Wouter Vermian, King Priest of this mysterious and pleasant city, we thank you so much for your grace and your accommodations. Johann Hall, the King Priest's Major Domo, you did an excellent job of gracing us in this fine episode, and we hope that we are still in your, I guess, best graces. I said grace once before, but I can say it again. You can check out other similar podcasts on partialarc.com, such as Roll to Seize, a podcast all about the wargame Warhammer 40k and its universe. You can tune into Roll to Seize every final Wednesday of the month. And if you're looking for another actual play podcast with plenty of humor and adventure, check out Friday Night Quests, a podcast much like Wrath and Story, but set in the fantastical and equally hilarious world of Dungeons & Dragons. There you may recognize the familiar voice of Jay Jones, and occasionally you'll hear Andrew and Daniel drop by the show as well, along with many more ridiculous and wonderful characters. Definitely check it out. Of course, you can always follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr, all at Partial Arc. And if you have any questions for Daniel and the boys, send them an email at wrathandstory@gmail.com. That's with the "and" spelled out. We may even answer them on one of our next episodes, so stay tuned. Until next time, goodbye.